you a Merry Christmas, we wish. And then Wilton told me to shut up in the middle of singing, and then we'll be like, all right, here we go.
Hello and welcome to the JOLLYcast. That was a beautiful singing intro by Danny.
I didn't know you started that.
Okay. I was just like, you were just singing, I was like, yep, I'm going to start. I just clicked. So yes, I'm Lee, and I'm joined as usual by the Elf Master, Will.
Hello.
And the Reindeer Wrangler, Danny.
It's called a Grammy Award-winning performance, boys. That's what it is. How's it going?
So yes, this is the Christmas-themed episode of the NERDcast. Just as we had the Halloween episode. What was that?
Don't wish you a Merry Christmas because of that. You don't get...
So yeah, I guess we were just going to basically talk about Christmas and how awesome it is.
Yep.
And gifts and things.
Yep. We've all had a lot of memories and traditions and a lot of fun stuff that's happened to us.
So I guess that's the first topic then. Like, what was your typical Christmas? Like, what was the play-by-play?
Okay. Well, I can't really go back very far, but it was this old tradition when I was a kid. And by that I mean like up until I was like 17 or 18, where I would stay up all night due to excitement. I would just like stay up all night, and man, that did not bode well the next day. It was a little bit unnerving and upsetting the next day because I was like a complete mess and train wreck. But I remember because I would stay up the entire night is actually no. I'm gonna skip the story. This is a Christmas tradition. My mom will cook a turkey every year.
Yeah.
And I will always get the neck between midnight and 2 a.m. Don't know when it is, but when I get it, it's awesome. Sorry, the other one was like a Christmas memory that we'll get to later. But yeah, so like my mom would always cook the turkey because she always slaves over the turkey every year, and she insists on doing it, even though I told her yesterday, I'm like, you sometimes don't have to. There are other family members who would probably want to take that away from you, and then she gets all defensive. But the turkey neck, I don't know if any of you had the turkey neck before.
No.
Will, you're a vegetarian though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So but the turkey neck though, oh buddy, that thing is just makes me
Do you get
happy.
like an actual turkey then? Like you go out and slaughter the thing?
Oh, we go to like it. It's just, no. I was trying to think of something funny. I couldn't.
We just get like a butterball, like the one that you get from like Sobeys.
Yeah, no, same. But like when my mom makes it, like the turkey neck always like finishes cooking like 6 hours before everything.
I didn't think those came with necks.
I don't ask questions. I just eat the food.
What are you eating, Danny?
I've been told it's a neck. Don't freak me out.
I don't think they come with necks.
No, they do. Otherwise, my mom's been lying to me since I was a baby. Well, 5 or 10.
She's just feeding you entrails and saying it was a treat.
But it looks like a neck. It looks like a neck. I can assure you, we don't slaughter anything though. We're not evil.
See, my turkeys come in like kind of a ball shape, and they're tied up in rope, and I'm not sure if they're protein or vegetable. But yeah.
Yeah. See, mine's like the turkey we get. Like we like go to like Sobeys or like a Superstore or Walmart or something, and we just get like the frozen turkeys, and my mom would put it in like a big tub of water to like defrost it.
Yeah.
And then she would cook it all day. She would slow cook it. Like I actually had turkey last week at a friend's house where they cooked it in like 5 hours, and I'm still alive. So I take that as a good sign.
It was like those like Japanese meals where they cook the fish, but the fish is still alive when you go to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but my mom starts cooking it on I think the Christmas Eve, and she just like it's like a slow burn. And that's the best part. That's like the very traditional thing where the house slowly starts to smell like turkey. But the funniest thing, and I thought I used to get scared of like this the whole time, is we would go to like my grandparents' house on Christmas Eve, and my mom would just leave the turkey in the oven, and I would always ask if our house is burned down.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's just like just as we're about to leave, it's just like you had to do like the 20-point check. It's just like, okay, this is all right. This is okay.
Yep, that's exactly what we do. But yeah, no. So I eat the turkey neck. It is the neck. You
Okay.
all
Neck in
suck.
quotation marks.
You all suck. You guys are scaring me now.
So, Will, I didn't even think of that aspect that since you're a vegetarian, you don't eat turkey and stuff. So, like, well, what's your Thanksgiving meal like then?
Tofurkey.
Oh, you just have tofu turkey. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
It doesn't look like a turkey. Like, it comes in, imagine like a ball of tofu. And there's stuffing inside of it, but there's no like obvious opening.
Okay.
That is a tofurkey. And I'm not sure if it tastes like turkey or not because I don't remember what turkey tastes like.
Well, how about the two of us come over on Christmas and we'll eat it, and we'll be the judge of it.
I wish you the best of luck.
Okay.
I've honestly never had tofu in my life.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
Shit, really?
Yeah, well, at least I don't think so.
Damn, when you guys come to Ottawa, I'm going to make you some tofu fries or something.
Tofu fries?
Yeah, they're good. Baked tofu. Tell your friends.
Okay.
I was trying to think, like, see, I'm very ignorant about this. Like, since I'm not a vegetarian, I'm very ignorant. Like, isn't like tofu substitutes for like meat, and
Yeah.
yet fries are not meat?
Yeah.
Did I just like speak the unspoken truth or something?
My main sources of protein right now are tofu and peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter. I just go to town with.
Love peanut butter. Peanut butter was on sale about 2 weeks ago.
I bought organic peanut butter and didn't realize how liquidy that shit was.
Yeah, you gotta mix it. And then
Yeah. You have to like turn it, but it tastes the same, and apparently it's healthier for you. And like,
oh my God, we're talking about peanut butter on the Christmas episode.
like, well, hey man, you can put your peanut butter on your turkey or tofurkey or ham or whatever the hell you're having. I don't care.
Instead of
You
gravy,
do what.
you just have peanut butter.
There you go.
I can't do most gravies either.
It's fantastic. But yeah, so that's my Christmas tradition. Sorry, I started with Christmas memories and realized I'm reading my own. I actually prepared notes for this, and I was reading my own notes wrong. That's sad. I blew it, guys.
We have a strict regimented schedule here on the Nerdcast. There are no tangents. We stick according to the plan. And you messed it up.
I taste the sarcasm from over here. Anyway, moving on. That's my Christmas tradition.
I guess mine's pretty much just like it's the same thing. Like we get up. Like when I was a kid, I never. I don't know about my sister. I'm pretty sure she didn't. But I never peeked at my gifts or anything. I don't know if you guys did.
My brother did. That's how I knew I was getting a PS3.
Yeah, I never did anything like that. So like it would always be we would get up and we'd usually like watch or read some Christmas book. Well, read before we had TVs, before technology advanced far enough. But my sister and I would read a Christmas book, and then eventually it got to like where we would watch. Usually it was like just some TV special that we had on DVD, so it would be like the Family Guy Christmas episode or the Simpsons Christmas episode, or one of them.
A Christmas Story probably being played all the time.
Well, they play it on TV on the one channel. I can't remember what channel it is, like on loop
It was
all
like
day.
It was like TNT for a while, and now like it's another channel. I don't know.
What about that fireplace channel?
Oh, you mean just like the non-stop fireplace? You get the odd every
Did
5
I
hours.
tell you about the story of what I think that should happen with the fireplace channel?
No.
I think that
I better laugh.
it's okay. Let's say that the fireplace, because they sell it on like DVD and stuff like that, right? Like you can buy the
Are
fireplace.
you
DVD.
serious?
Yeah.
You can just go to like YouTube and type it in and hook it up.
Well, anyway, that's not the important part of the story. But I mean, like that you can do that. So like I think that they should have it so that it's like it's in one continuous loop, so it's like 5 hours long, right? Of just this.
Right.
Just the fireplace. But every, like, and I don't know if what one you've seen, but have you ever seen the one where, like, the dude comes in with the poker and, like, pokes the logs around and stuff?
Yeah.
I think that they should do something like that. So, like, the first time, he comes in and he pokes the logs. And then, like, you wait, like, half an hour to an hour, and it's just the fireplace with Christmas music, the standard thing. And then after that, he, like, something happens where he just throws something on the fire, and there's no sound or anything. He just puts something on the fire, but it'll be like a subtle clue to like a grander story that's happening in this man's life that you don't really understand, and you just have to piece together by like attentively watching this
like
5 hour long fireplace video. So he'll like one time he'll like throw in like I don't know, some kind of like it'll like zoom in. It'll be like a check for like a a necklace or something like that, and then it'll be like something like that. It'll just be like the slow breakdown of this man's marriage. Like, so then, like, the next one,
throws like the ring in on the very last
yeah,
one.
and then, like, eventually it'll be like he throws in, like, a receipt for, like, a hotel or something like that, where, like, he slept with a hooker or something. Like, you have to catch the subtext. But it's just, the rest of it is just Christmas songs and the fireplace. Like, so it'd just be this unsettlingly unusual thing that's just, you only get little flashes of. But then it would all turn out good because it's a Christmas thing. So at the very end, it would be like, it would be him and then like a woman's hand come in and they would throw like annulment papers on the thing. And it's like, they're all good. They're not going to get divorced anymore. They're all happy.
I want to ask you, and this is a very serious question. How long did you think about this?
It was one of those things where it was just like, you just think of like, you see the fireplace,
The fireplace,
and I was like, this could benefit from narrative.
Oh my god. So can a lot of things. So can like Michael Bay movies. Like Michael Bay and other shit can benefit from narrative.
So yeah, that was what I thought that it would be a good idea. I'd like to see that, and that's my idea, patent pending.
All right.
I just think that would be interesting.
It would be. No, I would totally watch it.
We should make that video.
But anyway, that was also a large tangent. Or I said that. Well, first my idea before that.
It's not a large tangent though, because it is a tradition to put on that damn fireplace channel. Yeah. There you go.
My idea before that was just to see him burn like literally random things. Like he would just throw on like a tire, just be a tire burning, or like if he throw on like firecrackers, and there's just like they'd be shooting off all over the place. But it would just be like, ooh, like in the background of just like Christmas music and fire. Yeah.
My God.
So then that was what led me to like, okay, now with the things he's putting on the fire, make a story. And keep in mind that this all happened within like a span of a few seconds in my brain, so.
Yeah. That's actually fucking brilliant.
That's just how it works. That's how you make stories. That's how you become a writer, ladies and gentlemen.
I think you just had the next viral video.
A 5-hour-long fireplace video is a viral video.
Well, no, you like got to start it off like really quick. Like you can't. So when you make the video, you can't just have the first 10 minutes be like just like the fireplace. Something has to happen like right off the bat that really hooks the audience. So have them like just go and poke the fire like in like 2 minutes, and then after say like 5 minutes, have them just throw something on. They'll be like, oh, what's that? And then while they're thinking about that, like 10 more minutes passes, and then they throw on something else. And this just you basically space it out. So eventually, after half an hour, you can go longer stretches because you've hooked them. You've hooked them already.
See, you don't get any sort of dialogue or anything presented with this, so you have to create the dialogue, discussing it with your family about what that was on the fire could possibly mean. Thus creating a relationship.
An audience character.
I'm bringing people together through flame is what I'm saying.
That's very good.
That is the true meaning of Christmas.
Okay, anyway.
Moving on.
So, I don't think I never really peeked, so we watched the Christmas movie, and then we would go downstairs, and keep in mind, this is probably at 7 in the morning.
Oh, I have you beat by 2 hours.
Yeah, that's late.
Well, yeah, that was the earliest my parents would let us.
Oh, screw the parents. I didn't give a shit what they thought. Like Matthew and I were up at like 5 a.m. looking at our stockings.
Oh yeah.
And then 6 a.m. like we would wake my dad and my mom up, and my mom would usually be just getting into bed like an hour before because she's like a night owl. So we're just like, screw you, we don't care about your feelings. So we're just gonna get you up.
Yeah. So we would have it where we would get up at it was probably around 6 or 6:30, and we watched that or read whatever and just do that on our own, and then we would go and wake up our parents. And then we would go downstairs, but we weren't allowed to look because I don't know about how your parents did it, or not your parents, sorry, Santa. I don't know how Santa did it, but Santa didn't wrap our presents. So
he was a cheeky bastard.
If you just walk in, you would see all the presents that we got, like from Santa, like the ones that our parents actually gave us and everything. They were wrapped into the tree.
You mean Santa? What? Santa's a lazy guy.
Oh yeah,
can't even wrap his own gifts. To you. Come on.
And you know what was kind of funny? It was like, because back then, like, computers weren't huge, right? So it was like nobody really had like home computers like way back in the day. So, but my mom worked has always worked in an office. So she would print off like our names like on a like in a cool font, and then like
Oh, it wasn't
tape
like
the
a dot
paper.
matrix printer.
I don't know about that. I think it was after that, so it wasn't that old. But so and then she would put that on our presents, so we would know which one like was mine and my sister's. But so I thought that led to the legitimacy of Santa Claus, because it was like, wow, Mom, there's no way our parents could do this, right? It's like Santa's got a really cool printer and stuff. That was my 7-year-old line of thought.
See, Santa for me was very like, that man was an organized guy.
Yeah.
We would come out in the living room and stuff, and it would be like on one side are all my brother's presents, on the other side are all my presents. In the back in the area, we got presents for the animals because Santa apparently likes them too. So we like he put some thought into it. I actually feel bad because we like took time out of his schedule, and he even ate those damn cookies too. What a guy!
Yeah.
And then he only works one day a year, and then he spends the rest of the year judging you.
Yeah. I want to know how the whole myth didn't really break down when we talked about how Santa gave us our presents. Because, I mean, like, any kindergartner can be like, oh, does he wrap yours? Yeah. He doesn't wrap mine.
You must have felt like very deprived. It's like,
well, no, it's like that never came up. Like, how? How did that never... Nobody ever discussed that.
Well, you probably thought it was like a normal thing. Like that's just how it is. Like if you came up to me, like if we were friends back then and we talked about it, you would feel like shit. You'd feel like, well, does Santa love the Johnston family more? He actually used gold paper. And then Will's just over there. He's like, well, I got like reindeer on my paper. He actually put designs on mine. There you go.
But yeah, and so then that was pretty much how that went down.
Yeah.
Like that was my Christmas morning, and then we usually got presents and stuff. So, Will, what about you? What was your when you were a kid? What was your Christmas morning?
You didn't dress up as a lobster, did you?
I did not dress up as a lobster, Danny. Shut up.
Sorry.
No. Anyway, so yeah, general Christmas. Kind of the 24th kind of bled into the 25th, where every Christmas Eve, no matter when, this is still happening. Like this will still happen on Christmas Eve this year. My sister and I always get a new set of pajamas. Last year, I got an Oscar the Grouch onesie.
Oh yeah, you got a onesie? Can you, for the love of God, take a photo of this?
Somewhere, it kind of rides up a bit though. It's too small for me. Anyway,
so that's leave much to the imagination then.
No. Anyway, so yeah, every Christmas Eve we get a new pajama of some kind. Oscar the Grouch onesie last year, TARDIS onesie the year before that.
Prove that. That's good.
Yep. And then when Christmas Eve, we'll also watch Will Ferrell's Elf. Every
That's a very good movie.
We watch Elf when we put the tree up.
Yeah.
That's our tree putting up movie is Elf.
We usually have Christmas Eve music going when we do the tree and junk and put up all the decorations, and I put the bobblehead dinosaur in the nativity scene and all that jazz.
Bobblehead dinosaur in the nativity scene.
Become a tradition.
Are you... Will, your Christmas is perfect.
Yep. Yep. And then around 5 a.m. on Christmas Day, my sister and I will wake up. Our parents will wake up as well. The dog will wake up as well, and the cat will just sleep through everything.
Well, because cat.
Yep. Go downstairs, open up our presents, yada, yada, yada. Usually done by about 6:30, and then I go back to bed. And then it's just a completely relaxing day.
See, I used to do it where, like, we would wake up at 5, but the problem with me is, like, I get very paranoid about waking up. Like, I always worry, like, for example, in exams, I'm going to sleep through an exam.
Ooh.
Like, that actually, like, terrifies me.
So you didn't want to sleep through Christmas.
Exactly. So I just stayed up. Like I was saying beforehand, like I just stayed up starting in like, I think it was like 13 or 14. I just, like, apparently that's what screwed me over because I can't remember anything before that. So staying up all night all that time has messed with my brain. So like, I would just stay up all night, find things to do, watch movies or something.
Yeah, it was funny because I remember like, as the older I got and the longer I was staying up, like it got to the point where it was like, I was going to bed like after my parents on like a daily basis, like not on Christmas, but just in general. And so it was like when Christmas came around, my parents were just like, okay, you need to go to bed so Santa can come.
Just, like, get your ass to sleep. But no, so yeah, I think it's like a common thing to like wake up early. But now I don't know how you guys do it. Like I don't care anymore. I think it was like when like 18 or 19 happened or 18 or 19 hit. Like I started getting up at like 11. I was like, screw it. I just want to sleep. I'm getting old. I'm 22 and I'm getting old.
I would probably just get up in the same time I normally got up, but my sister doesn't allow that. She sets an alarm now. So
My sister wakes up at like 6 a.m. every day normally.
Dude, I've been like working like 8:15 a.m. morning shifts for like the past like 2 years, so I have to wake up early, and I'm still not used to it.
My job over the summer, we started at 7 a.m.
I would cry. Like I struggle. I like when my alarm goes off, I immediately pick up my phone and I turn to the clock and I set like a 15-minute like timer so that I can get more like 15 more minutes of sleep. And I swear I have been late more than 15 occasions because of this. I have not been fired, and I'm shocked. But when I got kept on for the summer 2 years ago, this is where I knew everything had to change, but it didn't. My supervisor or my boss, when she like hired me, she was like, "Danny, you kind of like one thing you got to work on is you've been late quite a bit." And I didn't even like try to like dodge it. I'm like, "No, I have," and I'm not sorry.
that is a fact.
It indeed happened, and I'm proud of what I've done. But, you know, I can't wake up that early. It's just, like the hours between 6 and 9 shouldn't exist. Yeah,
On Fridays over the summer, I was done work at 11. We went from 7 to 11.
7-Eleven.
Yeah,
11 in the morning or at night?
morning.
I was gonna say, do you work like a 16-hour day? I'd cry.
Oh, no.
Like the most I've done is 12, and that was like 12 hours too much.
I did a 12-hour shift when I was working at the Y one time from 6 till 6.
Ooh, good. That's not good.
Mm-hmm. On a Sunday.
Ooh.
Oh, at least you had something to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so that's Christmas traditions. Anyone else have any traditions to share?
Well, I was going to say that I forgot about on my Christmas Eve. We always usually got a gift, and our gift was like a Christmas movie. So we would get a Christmas movie, and then we would watch it, and that would be our Christmas Eve. So,
Yeah.
like, by the end of it, like, my mom got, like, all the staples, and then, like, so eventually got to the point where she could, like, get us, like, the older, like, adult ones, like, or, like, Christmas Vacation and stuff like that. Like, something that's not appropriate for an 8-year-old, right? But, like, probably once I turned around, like, 15 or 16, she started, like, scraping the bottom of the barrel for Christmas movies because there's, like, no new Christmas movies. So it was just like, oh, yeah, you get, like, this obscure Christmas movie that nobody's ever seen. Yay!
Did you ever get Santa Claus 3? No, that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
was good.
No, that was terrible. That was disgusting.
Hey, Canadian Martin Short content going on.
Santa Claus 1 was a quality Christmas movie.
Santa Claus 2, I love Santa Claus 2.
Santa Claus 2 was not as good as the first one.
It's like,
But it is
prefer that one to
watchable.
the first. I actually prefer it to the first. I don't know why.
You're wrong, but
Hey, no, I'm entitled to my own whatever crappy opinion I have.
And then number 3 is just not good.
I never really watched the full third one. Never really tried.
You're not missing much.
Yeah.
Something about
But
a
no,
snow globe, and
Martin Short was he Jack Frost or something?
he tries to like basically make Christmas like the right wing American dream.
Oh,
Wait.
so this is a socio-political movie, isn't it?
Yes.
Well,
It should have had more undertones, but basically,
it's not even being subtle about it. Like, but no. So now let's save Christmas movies for later because there's a whole list of them I got. Unless you guys want to do them now.
oh well, we can kind of do them now because we kind of segued into it. But
Very true. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
is the undisputed king of Christmas movies.
Oh my god. I was at like a Christmas party on Friday, and this friend of mine, like we were there, he brought his laptop just so we can hook it up to our friend's TV and watch Christmas Vacation. And there were people who had not seen the movie.
What?
I know. There were 2 people who had not seen, no, 3 people who had not seen the movie. And I was appalled because some of the greatest scenes in history of film occur in that movie. That scene when he is freaking out with the Christmas lights, and then at the end when he like slams it together and it turns on, that's how my essay writing process usually is. And I usually hope it ends with the glorious like moment that that he has.
Oh no, nobody's leaving. We're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap dance with Danny fucking K.
Okay.
That's like the whole movie is quotable.
Russ, I'm right here, Dad. Oh, where's Eddie? He usually eats these things. Well, not anymore, Clark. After he read that they're a little high in cholesterol. Or like, what was the Hey Griswold, where are you gonna put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
He just walks out with like a chainsaw, the hockey mask on.
Or the sledding scene.
Oh,
the
yeah.
sledding scene is the greatest scene in movies. You guys would think the end of Casablanca? Fuck you. No. That's
Here we go.
Later, dudes. Let it rip. Hang 10. Or when he goes on.
What did Eddie say? He's just like, I can give it a try, Clark, but it's just like, ever since I got that plate in my head.
Like, say, over here, it's fine, but over here, if this gets dented, my hair just ain't gonna look.
Oh, yeah, that's what my part is just done.
Or at the very end when he's just going on the rant and he's like, dickless, hopeless, whacked up piece of shit he is. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol?
I bought my parents moose mugs this year.
Oh my god. I want I want that movie on Laserdisc, VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray, and just like put it on like a wall, and just be like, this is what Christmas is all about, family.
Wait, I have it on DVD.
I thought you were gonna say you have it on Laserdisc, and I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, Beta actually.
Betamax? You have it on Betamax?
No, I was joking.
Oh my god. I was like, how old are you? Our age? I thought you were 22. No, that movie is like so close to my heart.
Oh yeah.
And just when in the scene when he like when the lights finally turn on in the entire town power outage.
Yeah, and they're gonna turn on the
Like the
nuclear
nuclear
power.
Will, have you seen this movie?
No.
Oh my god. You're gonna watch this. We're gonna make you watch this.
Man, it's on Netflix.
It is. That's very true. So watch this.
It is the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
It's so perfect in every way. Another good Christmas movie, and a lot of people like disagree, but it was actually the actor who saved the movie, was the Jim Carrey Grinch film.
I had it on VHS. That was one of the ones that we got for Christmas Eve. So I saw it back when it came out on VHS, so I really don't remember it.
The cartoon version's still the best. Like the original, like 1960s, 50s.
Yeah.
That one's good. I like
That one was very good. Same with like the Rudolph cartoon, like back in
Rudolph is a close second for greatest Christmas.
I haven't seen it in a while, actually.
I've seen it literally, and I can say this truthfully, literally every single year since birth.
Damn.
That's dedication and commitment. That's pretty good.
There was one year that, like, it was a few years ago, I can't remember exactly how many, but it was like, it was getting close, and it was just like, I kept forgetting that, or we didn't have it on the DVD, and it didn't, I missed it when it came on TV, and so it was like, it almost like broke me that I was gonna miss it that year. But I don't remember how, and I think it was somehow like, it came back on another channel, and I just so happened to be like looking through the channels to see what was on, and it's just like, wait a minute, Rudolph's on next. And I was like, it's saved!
I feel that way whenever I miss Independence Day.
What's another good Christmas movie?
Elf.
Elf's a good one.
Elf is very good. Elf is like the most recent Christmas film that will be timeless.
Yeah.
Every generation can watch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like Christmas Vacation was one of them. The Rudolph cartoons and the Grinch
And
cartoons.
it's funny, like, watching Elf now, like, the cast that's in it, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, like Zooey Deschanel, Will Ferrell.
Peter
James
Dinklage
Caan.
is in it. Cage? Kyle Gass?
Yep.
He's in it. Andy
John
Richter?
Favreau, Andy Richter. Yep. Yeah, I was reading a list and I actually disagree with this list completely because the guy whoever wrote the article, it's all like an opinion. His favorite Christmas movie, he said his number one Christmas movie was Love Actually, which I don't know if you guys
I've
have
never
seen
even
it.
seen it. No.
It has its issues. Like it's one of those like classic like where there's like multiple storylines that kind of like interlock. They kind of like interact at the end, where it kind of like falls flat in certain places. By the way, Rick Grimes is in it, so Andrew Lincoln in classic British Andrew Lincoln is in it. So
Coral, we need to decorate the Christmas tree. Coral.
Colin Firth is in it, and Martin
while you're
Freeman's
talking,
in it.
I'm gonna open up my candy cane and eat my candy cane.
Oh, that's what I thought you were typing something.
Nope, it's candy
But no,
cane.
well, the film is actually funny, and one of the best scenes of like, it's one of my favorite movie scenes. Not as good as like say the Christmas Vacation scenes, but it's Hugh Grant because of course Hugh Grant is in a romantic comedy. He's dancing. He's Prime Minister of Britain because Hugh Grant, and he's dancing in his like little Prime Minister office all by himself, and then just it's hard to describe, but the moment he gets caught by like his secretary or like his administrative assistant, his reaction kills me every time.
His
And
candy cane's disgusting.
What kind of is it mint?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a dumb question. Aren't like all candy canes mint?
How old is it?
Is it from like a
it's
stocking
from this
like,
year.
Okay, so like from like a 20-year-old stocking. Like,
no, it just does not taste good.
Does it taste like plastic?
A little.
Are you eating the plastic part instead of the candy?
No, I opened it. That was what all the crinkling was.
Okay.
all right, it's fair. It's allowed. Good. So, Will, apart from Elf, what else do you got?
All the classic Rudolph ones.
That's very good.
There wasn't like a 3D Rudolph one they made that was absolutely terrible.
I think there was.
I haven't seen it.
The only Rudolph I acknowledge is the classic one.
The original?
Yeah.
Have any of you seen... Oh, no, sorry, Will, go.
What about that one with like the Burgermeister Burger?
I'm sorry, what?
That was Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually went to go buy Guardians of the Galaxy on the weekend, and they had this like little deal where you buy this movie, you can get another one for like $5. So I saw, because like my dad especially loves like classic Christmas movies, I bought Miracle on 34th Street. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
I don't think I've seen it, but I think I've seen enough parts
and then John
of it.
Hughes redid it, probably with like Emilio Estevez or somebody. I don't know. And I'm trying to think that. Oh, you guys might want to like punch me and kill me after I say this. I got in a lot of trouble from a friend of mine at work because I fully admitted, and I swear I've seen it, but I don't remember seeing it. So like it must have been when I was like 4 or 5. I don't remember watching the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Danny.
I don't like. Is that blasphemous?
Danny.
Little.
Oh, okay. It's not full.
I think that the Charlie Brown Halloween special, like It's a Great Pumpkin, is more important to see than the Christmas one.
That's true. And again, that's the same thing. It's been so long. I don't remember if I've seen it, and I'm leaning towards I haven't. Like I was having the conversation with like my friend, and I mentioned it to her that yes, I've seen it, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, I can't remember it. So I was either like in the womb or I don't.
They had the play and they got the tree.
I know he like said multiple times like I got a rock.
That was the Halloween.
Yeah, that I do know. And by the way, the trailer for next year's like film does look pretty good. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
What next year's film?
There is an animated Peanuts film coming out.
Really?
Oh, damn.
And it looks pretty decent.
Is it sponsored by MetLife?
Don't know.
Because that's all the Peanuts have been doing for the last 20 years is just being in MetLife commercials.
I can't tell you. I really don't know.
Yeah, I really can't eat this candy cane anymore.
You gave it a long. You gave it a try. You tried.
I tried to be jolly.
That's quite frankly
You guys ever,
all
like,
that matters.
Taking a candy cane and then managed to sharpen it into like a shiv or something? Is that just me?
Maybe not on purpose, but maybe through like consuming it, it ended up like a shiv.
Yeah. Danny, you might be able to answer this question. Does Rent count as a Christmas thing?
Rent?
Yeah.
Musical?
Yeah. Because the bulk of it takes place on Christmas. Or Christmas.
Does Die Hard count as a Christmas movie?
Touche.
There you go.
Well, see, I think that that's some sort of like a pseudo
Everyone calls
category
Die Hard the greatest Christmas movie.
because you have movies that are about Christmas, and then you have movies that happen during Christmas.
Yeah.
I still think like a lot of the great Christmas stuff. Not gonna lie, Will, you would agree with me, is the Doctor Who Christmas specials.
Well, yeah.
That's
just good.
That's just really good. And the next year will be the Sherlock Christmas special,
Yeah.
and that's gonna make me cry like a little baby, like a little boy. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
watched
like
neither.
Well, you need to step your game up and get on.
Yeah. Netflix.
Yeah, the entire series is on there. You literally have no excuse.
You know, I think this might be one of those things where it's like somebody tells you, like, oh, you need to see this, it's really good, or like, you'd like this, and it's just like, yeah, you keep telling me that, so I'm gonna not do it just to spite you.
Well, that is a dick move. That's fine. Well, okay, no, see, Doctor Who is an investment, because Jamie got me into that, and my God, I had to like slave for 3 months watching that.
Why?
Except the 10th Doctor rules. Not gonna lie, 10th Doctor's the best.
11th is best.
You are wrong. You're false.
You are a wrong person, Danny.
You are false in your statements.
You have said many, many wrong things before, but that is one of the most wrong.
Is it because I'm a weatherman?
Part of it.
Part of it. There you go. But no, like Sherlock is a short-term investment where
It's 9 episodes.
it's 9 episodes, each are about an hour and a half long. Just watch a movie a day. Boom, you're good. And it's so good because Martin frickin' Freeman and now Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Bilbo and Doctor Strange in a room together. Figure that shit out. Oh yeah, Smog too. Yeah, except he's not.
The 2 actors.
It's fantastic. But
They should
no,
just
like
do everything from now on.
yeah, they might as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would. But like what I'm saying is like Sherlock, just the witty banter between the two of them. Like there's this one scene in the 3rd season or series. Sorry to all our English like British listeners. I apologize.
Give you.
You're not British, Will.
I have a passport.
But you're not. Are you British?
Born in Canada, have European citizenship.
Seriously?
Are you serious? I didn't know this.
Yeah, my mom's British.
Oh. Okay, then I'm sorry.
Made going through England a whole bunch easier.
Yeah, I bet. I can't even go anywhere. I don't have a passport.
Yeah, you should work on that.
I've been in Hamilton for like 2 years.
It's gonna be hard to get to Mars if you don't have a passport, Danny.
I'm sure. Well, that's true. No, like
I heard
just watch
customs is
Sherlock.
pretty easy when you get there, though.
Yeah, they might not care. They might, yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Don't bring any rocks back.
I'll try not to. Moving on. Okay, watch Sherlock. Hashtag Sherlock lives.
Hashtag send NERDcast to Mars.
What about Frosty? What does Frosty
I
like?
watched.
It's been a while. Again, that's one of those older ones that I can't confidently say I've ever seen.
See, they have Frosty the Snowman, but when you watch it on TV today, it's like because they have to cram so many commercials into it, it like cuts out half of it.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, man. Guys, I don't know if you guys agree with this now, but it's like a newly tradition. The Michael Bublé Christmas special. Oh yeah.
I never watched it.
What about that? What about that completely random Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas special?
Wait, what?
It's like a little movie, and it's just 2 people sitting in a theater, and there's just like TSO music playing, and it's great.
That could work.
Let's go from like it's just like one of their Christmas albums, and it's just like it's telling the story.
That could work.
Magical.
See, I like how Trans-Siberian Orchestra kind of got big, and it's just like, oh yeah, because the guitarist that was in Trans-Siberian Orchestra, he was like in like a bunch of 80s hair metal bands, so that was pretty cool.
What can I saw the TSO Christmas show a few years back, actually.
How was it?
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
they do some good songs.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's really much else to discuss about them. It's just like, oh, yeah, they're a thing. That's a thing.
They're a thing that happened, yeah.
They're a thing that's a thing.
Yeah.
But I think we pretty much covered all the staples of Christmas movies.
That's very true. Okay, but I think we've all come to an agreement, or at least Lee and I have. Christmas Vacation, best movie.
Best Christmas movie, yes.
Yeah. Well, yes, yeah, of course. And Will hasn't watched it.
I'll get there eventually.
Are we all free over the holidays? We can force him to watch it. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I probably have some free time if everybody's in town.
Yeah, free time.
Yeah, I'm in town like after Sunday, so we're good.
Cool.
You can do it up.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. All right,
I'm
moving on.
I'm looking at a picture right now of like a G.I. Joe character waterboarding an elf on a shelf.
Yes, I saw it this morning. I saw it either this morning or last night.
It just popped up on my Twitter feed.
Oh, you saw it I saw it on Reddit. But no, it's good. All right.
So what was Danny? You seem to be taking over where our topics go. So what's the next on the list?
Well, we can move on to. Do you want to guys go with gifts, or do you want to go with memories?
Well, let's do the gifts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
because that'll probably go hand in hand with the memories.
That's fair. However, my memories are a little bit different.
Okay, so let's start off with what was your best video game related gift?
Are we excluding consoles?
No, consoles count.
Yeah, because that's mine.
Okay.
All right, mine was a PlayStation 2, and like I said, it was like the acting moment it was like the beginning of my acting career, because like I got the PS2 and I was so excited I faked fainting. I ran to the other side of the living room and fainted on the couch.
You're
like,
that
screaming.
kid.
I was
that
not
kid.
It was not the N64 kid. I was not that kid. No, that's a lie. I was not that kid. But no, I got the PS2. I was so stoked, so excited. I think our first games we got were like Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which wasn't as good. That's like Warped. It was. It was. It was. Warped set the bar too high for everyone, because Warped was just insanely better than.
Did you ever see there's somebody that like photoshopped a picture and it was like the Blues Brothers when he's getting out of prison, and they made it so that it was like there's like a prison had like Microsoft across it, and then it was like Naughty Dog was the one, and it was Crash walking out, like he was like going back to Naughty Dog. It was just like someday this will happen.
Yeah, no, we got that, and we got the first Devil May Cry. I remember those were the two. Oh, and we got SSX. Those games were good.
I never played SSX, and I never played Devil May Cry.
The first Devil May Cry was great. Second one was Third one was the best one in the entire series. And then I don't know if it was a couple months after that I got Final Fantasy X, and then my life changed forever. Because as we all know on this podcast, guys, Final Fantasy X is my favorite game of all time. I bought the HD remaster on PS Vita. I'm that hardcore.
I guess my best gaming related gift would probably be when I first got into gaming, when I got a PS1 for Christmas. And that was, I don't think it was the year PS1 came out, but it was probably a few years after that.
95, 96-ish?
Yeah, around there. Actually, well, it was maybe like 97, 96 or 97 that I got it.
Was that the first time you ever played it, too?
Yeah.
Because when Talkie's Home Video, may it rest in peace, when that existed, they had like a renting program.
Yeah.
And we rented the first PlayStation with Spyro, and man, was I can remember that day perfectly. So good.
I got what games did I get with it? I think I only got like NHL. So it must have been 98 that I got it, because I got NHL Face Off 98.
Yes, you did. 989 Sports.
Oh yeah.
The original.
But yeah, so that was the first game I got to, and then I remember that I pretty much mastered the game because they would let you create your character, and this was back when they didn't have any limit to how many what stats you could give your characters. So I just made them literally
you say
perfect.
You put it like 99, and then you would just crash the net and score goals.
You put them 99 for every single stat, right? And then when you go to take the face off, you don't even take the face off. You just cross check the dude, and since I'm like 6'8", 400-pound like monster, right? You just like And I'm also the fastest guy on the ice, right? You just
You are a
cross-check
walking
him.
irony.
You just cross-check him, and then he would fall down. You take the puck, and then you just skate. And since I'm so fast, I could just split the D, right, from center ice. You just split the D, and then you don't even shoot. You just run right into the net, and it's just goal, 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 goal.
My brother did that. He would get games up with like 38-0 after like a little bit. No, I think I was in a similar boat with you with the PlayStation because I don't remember the first games I got, but the earliest game I can remember getting was NHL 98 or 99, which when Eric Lindros was on the cover.
I couldn't even tell you who was on the cover back then.
Oh, it's probably like Chris Chelios, I think, because I do remember I had NHL face-off games. I did have those, but we had Twisted Metal. We got with that, and we blew up the Eiffel Tower like all the time.
Oh, that was Twisted Metal 2, right?
Yeah, we had that.
That was the shit. That game was awesome.
Twisted Metal 2, I was so excited when the new Twisted Metal came out because I think I sent you a video of it, Lee. Where also here's how you know I'm kind of like totally into this podcast. When I said and I sent you this video, I pointed in a random direction as if I was pointing to you. So I'm that messed in the head, guys.
Oh, Danny.
Staying up that late on Christmas has totally fucked with me. But I think Kotaku did a video where they took the gameplay from Twisted Metal, like the new one, and put that famous track from Twisted Metal 2. And it was like I sent you this video like years ago, and I'm not gonna lie, Lee, I went through our like friendship history on Facebook to try to find it like 2 weeks ago. Couldn't find it. I was so upset with myself. It brought the day down.
I don't remember that. So
you have failed me. That's fine.
But yeah, the other big games that I got were Spyro and Crash. I played the shit out of Spyro.
You've mastered those games.
It's funny because I never actually like beat Spyro 1. Like I beat the game, but then there was like you could beat like Nasty Nork at the end of it because you had to like get everything, and that was like the end game, right?
Did you release all the dragons from the crystal? I
never did that on the first one. That's something I got to go back and do though.
You're kind of like 20 years late on that, you know.
That's fine. The second one, I've told you about my woes that I had with the second one, where it was because I had my PS1 chipped, so I could play like burnt games, and but the burnt game that I had of Spyro Ripto's Rage was broken, so it was like when you go to face the first boss, you would like fall down a hole in the thing, and then that would be the loading screen of like Spyro just falling, and then you would come up and face him. Well, it just loaded like forever. It never stopped, and it just froze.
Police aren't listening to this.
So, but I downloaded it when like from the PlayStation Network on PS3, like the day that it came out on the PlayStation Network, I downloaded.
Oh, same. I like bought it day one.
So
same with like all the fun.
I got 100%. Like, well, I think it was like 115% or something like that on it, like because you can get bonus levels and stuff and whatever. So I did literally everything you can do in that game. And then Spyro Year of the Dragon, I had that on disc. And since I had the like original PS3, I could play the PS1 games. And so I actually played it on the disc and beat it 115%.
My God.
Not bad.
What about you, Will?
Best gaming related gift. I'm probably going to say my old Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red back when it came out.
Ooh, that's a good gift.
Very, very good. Very good.
Yep. That started me on a downward spiral that is still.
Oh no, that's.
I was gonna say that's like someone's first hit of heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's. I never got handheld stuff for Christmas. I always like bought all that stuff myself, and my parents would get it for me for Christmas for my birthday.
But yeah, what else is there? Getting my PlayStation PS3 a couple years back was really great because I sunk so many hours into everything on that.
But did you know you were getting it beforehand?
I kind of did.
Oh,
Technically, it was on Boxing Day. We got on a Boxing Day sale.
My brother blatantly told me, like 3 weeks before we got it. Like we got it in like 2007, like the year after it came out. We got it with Ratchet and Clank, Tools of Destruction, one of the best ones, mind you. We got it with MotorStorm because it came with it.
Yeah.
And I forget the other games we got with it. Heavenly Sword. Yeah, we got Heavenly Sword. But yeah, no, he told me, and he did the same thing with the original Xbox that we got. And I don't know if he did it with the Xbox 360 when we got that too. Like he just ruined it for me. And he did the same thing. And this is going back even further. I think I was like 9 or 10 or something. And this is like a Christmas memory / Christmas gift thing. It's also a non-gaming gift. But what happened was, it was around the time the first Harry Potter film came out, and I put on my Christmas list, I really wanted a Harry Potter toy. I didn't care what it was, I really wanted it.
Toy?
And then, like, yeah, just a toy. I was like 8 or 9 years old, and my brother comes up to me like 3 weeks before Christmas. He's like, Santa's getting a Harry Potter toy. And I called him a jackass while I was too young, but I basically said, you're lying to me. Then Christmas came up.
That's not true. That's impossible.
But Christmas came, and I got the Harry Potter toy, and I looked at him as if he was like a saint angel. It's like, how did you know this?
How do you know these
I
things?
thought you were going to say that you just like looked over him and he just had this big shit-eating grin on his face.
No, like I like think he made some like crack ass comment where he was just like, I met Santa. I was like, you're everything I aspired to be. And then yeah. But no, Matthew ruined that shit for me. He ruined the PS3 thing for me.
I have one more gaming related gift that might be the greatest thing I've ever received.
Oh, you're setting the bar here.
My Talking Cave Johnson picture.
That's very true. That's very fair. And Lee and I have seen this. So
Yep.
Looking at him right now, he's wearing a Santa hat.
It's funny because it was probably like the day I first went over to your apartment there when you were in Guelph, and it was like not a week before that I was like inches away from like buying that Cave Johnson picture, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to. Maybe later. And then I go to your house and you have it.
Yeah.
I always thought about buying it, but I talked myself out of it before I even got a chance to get on to ThinkGeek.com.
See, the funny thing is
Shameless
like,
plug.
in order to get it,
I expect revenue.
the reason why I didn't get it was that it's like you need somewhere majestic to hang that. You need an actual fireplace to hang that over.
Like a mahogany
Yes.
mantle. There you go.
Just waiting for my fireplace.
God.
It's so worth it.
Does it still is it still motion sensing? Like, did you turn that off?
Yeah, I turned that off a while ago. Whenever we have guests over, I turn it on.
Well, yeah, because you should.
Deliver the wisdom
just to scare the shit out of them.
Cave.
Teach them a few things. Like, Jesus.
You know, it's just silence, and then suddenly someone starts screaming about combustible lemons.
Very, very good.
I know that I like for game related things. I got the original DS for Christmas,
Oh, damn.
That's a very good gift.
Yeah.
and I got like Super Mario 64 with it. Well, Super Mario DS, but it was Super Mario 64. I don't know for sure, but I mean, I must have gotten a PS2 for Christmas.
Yeah, because we were too young to like buy our own shit.
I definitely did get it for Christmas. I remember now.
You were so excited, you just forgot all of it.
I don't
you
remember.
actually fainted.
I
You
don't
didn't
remember
fake
like.
I fainted.
I don't remember Christmas morning, but I remember going to school and talking about how I got a PS2 afterwards.
You were drunk Christmas morning. That's so true.
Yeah.
See, like we got most game consoles for Christmas. The ones that I actually played the most. We usually get them the year after. Like we got a 360 in 06 and then a PS3 in 07. And then everything out those are the last consoles I got. But my best game gift I got was 06, and I rented Final Fantasy 12
Oh, damn.
in October when it came out, and I played the shit out of it, but I never finished it because I had to return it. And this is when Blockbuster was still a thing. Haha, Blockbuster. And I remember on Christmas I got it, and I think, and this is me, I think that's the only Final Fantasy game I've ever given on Christmas. Which is, to me, shocking, considering my invested love in the series. But fuck that series. We're going to hear about that later. But yeah, no. So, gaming.
Okay, so what was your best non-gaming related present?
I'm looking at it right now. It's so perfect. It was the last time I asked my parents for I don't know if your parents will do it, but they ask you what do you want for Christmas? And I'm at the age now where like, I don't care, just get me anything. Like, just get me clothes or gift cards so I can buy my own shit.
It's like, what do I need?
Yeah, exactly. Except this was the last, like, no, I want this gift. And I think you guys have to know this. I've mentioned this like 1,000 times. I went to my mom like, you need to get me all 11 seasons of Cheers on DVD. And then they did. And I knew about it beforehand because like I kept going to my mom like, Mom, like I'm 20 years old now. You don't have to hide shit from me. And she's like, yes, I do. It's Christmas. It's tradition. And I'm like, Mom, you dodging the question is an admittance of what you got me. And she's like, you're a liar. And then she's like, fine, let's go into my room. I go into my room. It's like laid out all in the bed. It's like just all 11 seasons. And I like binged watched the shit out of that show over the holidays that year. And then to make it even better, and this is true, and I didn't even know this existed. My mom also got me, she went to like some like flea market kind of thing. She got me a Cheers board game. Okay. It's a real thing, and I've never played it, but it's a real thing and it exists.
I smell a Nerdcast adventure.
No, I just like it's just the fact that exists.
You can't take it out of its original packaging.
Oh, okay. It was pre-owned. It was already opened.
Oh, okay. Then we can play it.
Yeah, we can do that. But no, like I will cherish these 11 DVDs.
I was gonna say that I like the part of Christmas where it's like you're in the store and just like you are like shopping for somebody else, and it's like, and then you see something and you're just like, You go, I wonder if I can buy things. And then you call somebody or you text them. It's just like, I was going to buy this. Am I allowed to buy this? No. Okay.
Oh God, sorry. I'm like my little Minnesota Wild teddy bear is like sitting on top of it right now, and I'm just so excited. Don't laugh at me. This shit makes me feel so good.
You just sound happy.
It's like. I'm done exams. I can't vouch for how well I did on them, but I'm done them, and I'm looking at Cheers on DVD. I'm looking at every episode of Cheers. This is fantastic.
Like I don't know. Like I guess like I can't really remember some of like I haven't had any standout Christmas gifts. My standout gifts are all birthday gifts. But
yeah, that's fair.
I remember last year. It was like I said to my mom, I was like, okay, this may be the single nerdiest thing I've ever asked for Christmas, but I want it, right?
Wait, was this was last year?
It was last year or the year before. I don't remember now.
Oh, so you're basically in the same boat that I am. Like, Mom, I want to have this.
And I was like, I emailed her the link to it because it was on Amazon, right? I'm just like, it was the collector's edition of The Watchmen with the 3.5 hour extended full cut and hardcover comic.
Oh damn.
Jesus.
And so I was like, yes, I want this. So then I got it, read the comic, even though that would be my third time reading it, and then I watched the movie, the full 3.5 hour Blu-ray.
And you loved every second of it.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And that was funny because I never actually seen the director's cut. I saw the theatrical cut in theaters when it came out, and I was like, yeah, there was definitely something there, but it was missing something. And I saw the director's cut. Well, then I read the comic because I saw the movie before I even read the graphic novel before I piss anybody off. But and then I read the graphic novel and I was like, that was amazing. So then I read it again, and then I watched the full director's cut, and I was like, okay, that was about as close as you're gonna get with a movie.
Sorry, guys, I'm still loving this Cheers thing. No,
okay.
I've never. Lee, I'm sorry, I've never seen Watchmen.
You never seen it?
No.
Tammy.
Have you read the novel?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
It's very good.
I've been told, not just from you, believe it or not, but I have been told. All right, Will.
Okay.
Hit us with it.
The best non-gaming related gift that I think I have received was probably a year or two ago when I got my Robo Butler. His name is Goomba. He is a Roomba.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just acknowledge that all of our favorite gifts were within like the past like 2 to 3 years?
Well, that's when the cool things happened.
Yeah, that's when technology finally caught up. Except DVDs have been around for years. I can't really remember. Wait, hold on. Will, what is that again?
It's the small circular vacuum that goes around my apartment and he has googly eyes on him.
That thing?
Yeah.
That thing is freaking awesome.
Yeah, Goomba the Roomba.
Have you ever seen where people take two Roombas and tie balloons to them and then tie steak knives to the front and then they go and attack and have Roomba fights?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what's really funny? So, in my room right now, I have a nice rug right in front of the TV. Goomba's on one side, and the rest of the apartment is on the other side. Goomba will not cross this rug because there are black lines on it.
Really?
Yeah. Because he thinks they're like stairs or something, so he won't go over them.
Oh my god, you've messed with programming.
If we put him on one of the black spots, he just goes around in a circle.
You have beaten the system. You've beaten the system.
You hack Skynet.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think further back of stuff I got like a long time ago. The only thing I can remember was we actually have there's like family videos. Like we filmed every Christmas morning from like 3 to 5 or 6. And I remember there was one year we got Power Rangers action figures, and my brother was upset that I got one that he didn't.
Oh, I remember. It had to be. I think I was like 2 or 3, and I got Megazord. Like the full thing. He shot his fists. Oh, it was badass.
But I'm trying to. I think I got the Red Ranger, and he got like the yellow or green Ranger, and he wanted the Red Ranger. And it's so funny when you watch it now on TV, like when you watch it, like when you put in the family video, where he's like bargaining with me to like trade it. It's like back, like we're like 4 or 5 years old, and he wants to trade it, and you can hear my mom just in her voice like, Matthew, don't. Trust me, don't. Please, like, I don't do this, Matthew. Don't take advantage of your brother like this. But then we do, and then the very next present he opens, it's a red Power Ranger.
I remember I don't even think it was a Transformer because it was years after the Transformer, and it was not an actual like. It was an animal.
Knockoff Transformers?
Oh, I don't know if it was or not, but it was huge.
Animorphs?
And it was a toy. No, it wasn't an Animorph. But it was he was like a cheetah, and then like he transformed into like you could like turn him into like a gun.
What?
Yeah, it was really weird. But I ended up shooting my sister in the eye with one of the
You're a terrible brother. Scarred for life.
Another cool thing I got was it was this like when I was a kid I always wanted a Lego train. Right?
Yep.
Because the Lego trains were so awesome, but they were way too much money because they were like $300 for this like tiny little Lego train. But so as a compromise, my parents bought me this. It was a train crossing, so it came with train pieces. It didn't have a train, but it was like a little like building, and then you like that was pretty cool. So I got a lot of cool Lego too.
Oh god, I it makes me like upset with myself that I can't remember much like the non-gaming related stuff I got.
I was thinking the same thing, but I just remembered a bunch of stuff.
I got Pokemon novels one year. Like I actually read these Pokemon novels. That shit was good. But that kind of counts as a gaming related gift because it was Pokemon.
What did I get? Going back 6 or 7 years, I got a fossilized fish one time.
That's actually pretty damn cool.
That's the most Will gift I've ever heard.
Yeah. Actually, no, I had some coins with Triceratopses on them, just like the fossils from the Royal Museum.
Oh, yeah?
Those are cool.
Did you ever get the glow-in-the-dark T-Rex coins that the Mint made a few years ago?
Yes.
Oh my god, you actually did?
Yes.
Okay. No, I can't think of anything that I got. Like, I'm sure I got like a lot of like Legos when I was a kid, like Power Rangers, like I said. No, okay, this is also in the family video that we had. Did you guys ever have it where like you guys would open up your gifts and then there would be that one gift that your parents would like hide in a room and then bring it out at like the last second?
Kinda, yeah.
Well, in the video you see it where my dad gets up to leave at the very end and he brings out like a little mini car for us and my cat's in it, and it was like perfect. And we used that up until I couldn't fit in it anymore. So 25. Okay,
I remember one of the greatest non-gift, and there's a story behind it, or not gaming related gift.
Let's hear it.
I got, and it was supposed to come with actual action figures, but I never got the action figures. But it was a Buzz Lightyear like ship. I think it had to do with the TV show. Did you ever watch the TV show Buzz Lightyear Star Command?
Star Command? No, I didn't.
TV show, yeah.
That was awesome. That was actually a really good show from when I remember when I was 12. But I got this ship, and you like press the button, and it would be like it would say like a Buzz Lightyear line, and it would play like dun, 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 and it would be like shoot lasers and stuff, and it was really loud and obnoxious. And it disappeared one day, and I wonder why.
Oh.
Probably because my parents threw it out because they got really annoyed at me playing the music all the time. But yeah,
Santa giveth, the parents taketh away.
Yep, that's pretty much how it was. And I remember that there was one time my sister and I, we got this, it was a board game kind of thing. It was a game, and it was called Lucky Ducklings, right? And it was like,
game. Oh
it was this thing, and it was like you put all the ducks on this little stream, and then you press the button, and it would like, the stream would like spin, right? And it would move all the little ducks. And then it would also go quack, 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 quack. And it would be like really annoying duck noises, like for the duration of the game. So you would pick them up, and you would have to find like 4 your color before the other person. That was what the game was. And it was funny because it was like years after that. One day my sister and I were like, "Do you remember that game?" We were like, "Yeah, we really liked it." And then we were like, "What happened to that?" Because we looked through all our old board games and it wasn't there, right? And so then my dad was just like, "I smashed that thing." He was just like, it felt good. He wasn't even hiding it. He just like totally admitted. He was just like destroyed it.
Your dad wins, like everything.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's very, very good.
Have I ever told you guys about this really weird tradition that Richard and I have?
Oh, well, how far do you guys go back?
Started hanging out mostly around grade 12, summer grade 12. Known each other since about grade 6.
All right, fair.
But yeah, every Christmas we alternate who gives each other like a knife or something.
What?
Yeah.
A knife?
A knife, like a really nice knife, like from Green Earth.
Oh, okay.
I think this year I'm getting a battle axe. I'm not sure.
What? Oh God.
I was gonna say, what do you mean, like cutlery or like a hunting knife?
No, just like ornate things. Like I have one that's like a switchblade, but it's got a dragon carved into it, and it looks really cool. And one year I got Richard like a mini katana on some stands, and I warned Chris, don't go near him. He has a knife. Yeah.
Well, I love you.
I know. I love you too.
I'm just gonna point that out. Your
Yeah.
stories are good.
I do my best. I try to tell stories.
That's fair. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Christmas gifts. That's good stuff.
I was
I
gonna
got
say
one more
what?
thing.
Okay, you go.
Oh shit.
It's really a Christmas thing. It's more of a Christmas and birthday thing. But every celebration of my existence, my mom gives me a glass something. Usually it's a bird, but we've progressed into sea animals now.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a rooster and a parrot and a kiwi bird, and I think I have an owl and maybe a chicken, and I can see a turtle, and I have a fish somewhere, and there's a marlin, and I can see my fishbowl. I don't know why, but yeah.
You got it good.
Yeah. So whenever I have my own house, it's just going to be decorated with glass things. These things are like
animals.
5-6 pounds each.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna kind of segue into the Christmas memories thing now, back it was probably when I was 2-ish, right? It was like one of my first Christmases, and my grandpa had this big ass like old VHS like camcorder, like back before anybody had camcorders. It was like one of the first times that I actually started coming out with them that were like more for home use rather than like, I don't know. It was a mammoth camera. But so my dad wanted it so we could record like one of my first Christmases, right? Because I was like, I could barely walk at this point. So he set it up, and it was filming over the living room, right? And my cat wandered into the frame, and I guess my dad was just testing it or something like that, but it was like the night before. And so the cat was just lying in the living room, chilling out, right? And then like I guess my dad must have pressed the button, like, and paused it, or like paused the recording. And then my cat got up and left, and then like so the next morning my dad came down and then turned it back on and started recording like again. So like he didn't think anything of it, but when you watch the video, it's just like the cat's just there, and all of a sudden he just disappears. He just vanishes. And so that was like that video became the great disappearing cat video. Because the frame does not move. So like literally the only thing that changes in the frame is that the cat just disappears. So that was funny. That I was thinking about that when I think of Christmas memories.
No, the memory I got involves me getting hurt. Like, I mean, like, it could have been very badly hurt. But yeah. So what happened was, I think it was like 4 or something. I was at my grandparents' on Christmas Eve, and my aunt was in the bathroom curling her hair, doing all that kind of stuff, whatever. And I'm a brilliant man, and I say that with the most sarcasm I can muster in my life. I decided to walk in and grab the curling iron. Just grab it.
Danny.
Like full on, like just pick it up, and then I screamed, and then I cried. I was 22. No, I'm kidding. I screamed, I cried, I was freaking out, I was sad, I was hurt, I was in pain. And then Christmas morning happened. And remember when I said that we filmed Christmas mornings? This was on film. And my mom like said, "Danny, go show the camera your boo-boo." And I run up to the camera, and I'm like showing a blister, and I nursed that blister for a week. That is the most dedication I've had to anything in my life, and I was 4. But yeah, so it was just very painful, and I actually had like a fear of curling irons, like for years after that. I still kind of get like when I see them, because I was scarred.
Danny, I'm gonna get you a curling iron for Christmas.
Danny has curling iron PTSD.
Like I'm just like I see a curling iron, and I like if I see it plugged in at all, I'm unplugging it. I don't care if you literally just set it down for 30 seconds. If you come back to the bathroom, it's unplugged.
He just like dumps it in a bucket of nitroglycerin, or not nitroglycerin, what's it called? Liquid nitrogen.
Yep.
Just
Gonna do that. Another Christmas memory I have, this one's a little bit more recent, was it ties in with the whole I stay up all night. Where one year I stayed up the entire night, and I played Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Good choice. Good choice.
Endless amount of hours, and I played on like, you know how instead of doing like those little crappy story missions, there was one game mode called Assault, and you could only play it in the Mos Eisley map, where you can actually play as Jedi, and you can play as like you can fight other Jedis. Like it'll be like Darth Maul will be there, you'll be there, Obi-Wan, Anakin. I played that for like 6 hours straight. I will never forget that. And then I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago, I played Oblivion. But I started and finished the entire Knights of the Nine side quest, which takes hours. Like it's like an endless amount of hours. And so basically I was like a peasant when I started, like at like 11 p.m. By 6 a.m. I was like a golden shining knight. It felt appropriate at that time. Only at that time.
Not bad.
But yeah, no. So Star Wars Battlefront 2 and The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I was quite happy with that.
I remember that I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 for Christmas. And I proceeded to spend literally the rest of Christmas break, from the time I got up to the time I went to sleep, playing Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah,
that's a very, like, I would personally do the same. I think I did the same thing with Final Fantasy, but yeah.
Oh, that game was so good.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Sequels and publishers.
Well, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 was the peak.
That was the shit.
It usually is like that. That's usually how it is.
It just went downhill. I told you about how I had to get a new graphics card to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and then played it once, and I was like, this game's terrible, and never played it again.
You're a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and 1 elitist. Nothing
Yeah.
can reach the quality of that game, of those games.
Isn't it on like mobile now?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like SimCity or like Civilization now. Like you get the main game, which is clearly like influenced by mobile, since you can do like online microtransactions. Which, by the way, I don't think we talked about this in any of the podcast. I just want to get this off my chest right now. The fact that in Assassin's Creed Unity, the microtransactions, there are some treasure chests in that game that cannot be opened unless you download a phone app.
What?
Yes.
Really?
There are treasure chests that you need to access through the phone app.
That's disgusting.
It
Oh,
it hurts me. Like I'm sure all the bugs and glitches hurt the developers, but that actually makes us laugh, especially when they have no face. But yeah, no, that's like, it's just every game has a microtransaction now, and this is a story for another podcast, but it just makes me want to like cry in a corner every night. Like I just don't like.
Yeah.
Sorry. Moving on. Will, what's your favorite Christmas memory?
I can think of a couple. One of them was the year that I got Finale Print Music 2008.
Oh, and you did your entire grade 12 ISU on that.
No, that was on the Finale 2010 in the Mac Lab. This was my own personal copy.
Yeah, no,
Wasn't even near as good, but
you showed this to me. You actually had it on your Mac.
Yeah, I spent the entirety of Christmas break writing out an entire movie score.
Wow.
And you've never let us listen to it?
It's only one song.
Oh,
I thought it was a lot more, but it was one song. It's about 10 minutes long.
that's so good. That's more than what I've done, which is like nothing.
I have a physical copy of it somewhere. Printed it off and took up an entire ink cartridge.
Yes,
What
you
else?
did.
One Christmas, many moons ago, I was hurling all day. That was a fun Christmas.
I think I remember this. Wait, no. I think you were like, no, it wasn't you. Someone else told me the story.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then,
Are you sure that wasn't you a few years ago?
it might have been. I think it was fairly recent.
Like, I just swear I remember you saying you were like very sick on Christmas.
Maybe. But then I have one more story. So once upon a time, Will wanted to disprove Santa Claus, so he was like, writing my little note to go with the cookies. I was like, Santa, can you please leave me some reindeer hair? So the very next morning, I woke up to find a small plastic baggie filled with hair that looked very similar to my dog's hair, but it couldn't have been because Santa left it.
I just picture like you show up like day after Boxing Day, and it's just like, well, Mom and Dad, I have some bad news. I took this to the lab to get tested. I ran it against samples of all of us, including the dog.
Your parents are like, yeah, well, it's wrong. It's not true.
Your dog is actually a reindeer. We didn't want to tell you that.
And then thus saving Christmas.
Those
That's
are my
good.
Christmas memories.
You have better ones than I do, that's for sure. You didn't like nearly give yourself third-degree burns with a curling iron.
Well, no, because I had common sense at the time.
I was 4 years old.
Did you see me burning my hand in a curling iron when I was 4? No.
Well, you wore a lobster Halloween costume.
Against my will, but I still did it.
At gunpoint.
But no, yeah, I was 4. I was dumb. I did some questionable actions in that period of life. One of them includes grabbing a curling iron.
I'm going to get you the most dangerous curling iron I can find for Christmas.
I will turn it on and throw it at you.
Good luck throwing it far enough, Danny.
It'll like.
I've played baseball with you, and I have confidence in that throw.
Well, then, Will, you need to stay in the infield and be at least second or shortstop, and I'll be first base. Then it might reach you. There we go. All right. Well, if I get a package in the mail and it's a curling iron, I'm gonna.
Oh no, this will be in person.
Oh, it's gonna be like It's gonna be like battery powered. Just hand it to me from one end, and me
It's
knowing.
gonna be the most dangerous thing I can find. I'm just gonna like strip the wires away, but just have sparks flying out.
All right. Yeah. What other Christmas things can we do?
I think
Like,
we
I'm
pretty much
sorry.
covered everything. Like,
Christmas makes me happy. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I just like talking about it. Especially, like, I'm still looking at that Cheers package right there. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I might watch it tonight. Not all 256 episodes.
No, watch all 256. You're done exams now. Marathon it.
I can't. I work still. Like
Yeah.
I'm here all week, and then we're open until Christmas Eve.
Marathon it at work.
I might get fired.
I have time at your mother at work one time.
Yeah, but no, I can't. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of anything to say, but no, I really, really can't.
Actually, I think we finished season 2 that day.
I'm proud of you.
That was a good day.
I'm very proud of you.
It was thundering all day, and we had a Mac.
That's good.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I just end up reading random articles about things at work because there's nothing to do.
I can't because my work is smart, and they made the POS computers for the cashiers non-internet enabled.
Ouch.
And because I work more cash now than I do in the computer department, where I would literally like check like Reddit sometimes, or I would go on like MacRumors.com, and I'm not gonna lie, it has helped me. I have answered questions before because of the shit I've read on like MacRumors or iMore or like IGN or something. So yeah.
Well, you guys remember the glory that was my splash pad working days, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I remember the tan.
Yep.
Still have the tan line. The tan line is still there.
Seriously?
That's impossible.
Yeah.
You need to like snap a photo and post it on Nerdcast Podcast at Nerdcast Podcast. Follow us now.
Yeah, my foot's still more pale than my leg.
Give me your tan, because I'm as white as a ghost.
Nope.
Like, it's actually quite sad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is fun. We need to do more themed episodes.
Well, depends on if a theme arises.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can we do like a Valentine's Day episode? But I don't see how that would work. So it's not.
Day episode.
Well, we already talked about that. We could talk about we could do the greatest romances in games.
That's true.
Garrison
Can we do,
Shepard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Very fair. Can we do like an Arbor Day episode?
Labor Day.
Like Canada Day. We're doing a Canada Day episode.
Oh no, gotta put marking for that one, eh?
Oh, yes, we are. And we need to try to do the entire podcast like Letterkenny.
Oh, God.
I would succeed for 10 minutes and then
I think it would just be a terrible attempt at doing it.
But it would be a long-lasting legacy for
That's
whoever
true.
listens.
Okay, so that was JOLLYcast.
I think we should sing out.
Well, hopefully everybody has a good Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Hope it's
Happy
a good
Hanukkah
one.
to
or
all.
don't celebrate. Maybe just get drunk on your own.
Happy Festivus. Start breaking out the poles and put them on the front yard for all you Festivus lovers. Yeah.
You can follow us at NERDcast Podcast, and as of today, you can go to the NERDcastPodcast.com, and it's back up.
You'll soon be posting blog posts for all of you gracious readers.
The last post was June 10th, 2013.
Yes, it was.
So if you want to go watch our backlog, you can get a lot of it there.
And believe me, we've had some good stuff in the backlog. Like, if you can listen to Octopus Herds of the Salt Plains, which I still think is one of our best episodes ever.
Is that
yeah.
here?
I don't know if it's on the web.
I'm looking. We have, is EA really the worst company in America?
Yeah, no. So you can also follow us individually.
Oh, there's your article about before they announced all the Pokemon stuff, talking about Mega Mewtwo, but we didn't know Mega Mewtwo then.
Oh, wow, we are thrown back here.
Me?
Yeah, that was your article, Will.
Oh, cool. I should read that sometime.
I certainly hope you would read your own shit.
All the conspiracy episodes on here.
Ooh.
Wait, was I on that one?
Yeah.
Because I missed a few, not two of them at least because I was sleeping. Yeah, no. So anyway, listeners, you can follow us individually on Twitter. Will's at WStarchuck.
I am?
I'm at Danny_Johnston. Lee, you changed your name recently.
Yeah, well, not recently. It was a while ago, but now I'm...
Well, I only noticed recently.
I'm at Lee McConnell 13.
Yep, legit. So I guess that's it, and let's sing them off with some Christmas carols.
Yep, Octopus Herds of the Salt Plains is up here.
Oh, yes, it is. Link that in the description. No, but Will, do you want to sing some Silent Night with me?
No.
Why not?
No.
Lee?
No, you can go.
All right, listeners, have a very Merry Christmas. And Happy Hanukkah. And whatever holiday.
JOLLYcast.